Hello everyone, Mercedes Kilmer, the daughter of Hollywood icon Val Kilmer, has finally stepped forward to reveal the truth about her father's hidden life, and her words paint a picture that goes far beyond the glamorous red carpets, blockbuster films, and the celebrity image that millions around the world have associated with Val for decades. Because while the world has often seen him as the larger-than-life star of classics like Top Gun, Batman Forever, and The Doors, Mercedes shares a far more intimate, complex, and heartbreaking reality of a man who, behind closed doors, lived a life filled with battles, resilience, pain, and a quiet but powerful search for meaning. Val Kilmer was at the peak of fame during the 1980s and 1990s, celebrated for his chiseled looks, magnetic charisma, and uncanny ability to embody any role he took on. But that fame came with its own cost. Fame isolated him, critics often misunderstood him, and personal struggles behind the scenes began to weigh heavily on his spirit, especially as he wrestled with his artistic vision clashing against Hollywood's commercial demands. Mercedes explains that while fans adored his performances, they never saw the sleepless nights, the relentless drive for perfection, and the loneliness that often came with being hailed as one of Hollywood's brightest stars, yet misunderstood as a man who wanted to be seen for more than his roles. Then came one of the darkest chapters of his life, his diagnosis and battle with throat cancer, a battle that not only stripped him of his iconic voice, but also forced him into a life of vulnerability and physical struggle. And while the public saw glimpses of his decline, Mercedes reveals that the real story was far more raw and heartbreaking than anyone could imagine. Watching her father, once the picture of strength and confidence, become frail, voiceless, and dependent on medical treatments was an emotional journey that left deep scars on her heart, yet also gave her the deepest understanding of his resilience and inner strength. Val's hidden life, as Mercedes shares, was one of paradox. An adored movie star who quietly lived with insecurities, a man of immense talent who often felt misunderstood by Hollywood, and later, a cancer patient who found new ways to express his creativity despite losing the very tool, his voice, that defined so much of his career. Mercedes talks about the private struggles he faced while raising his children, his battle to remain connected as a father despite the chaos of fame, and how the bond between them grew even stronger as illness forced him to slow down and focus on what truly mattered: love, family, and legacy. She reveals that in his silence, he found a new kind of voice through painting, writing, and spiritual reflection, showing the world that even when life strips away the things you think define you, there is still beauty and purpose to be found. The hidden life of Val Kilmer, as exposed by Mercedes, is not one of endless Hollywood glamour, but of a man who endured heartbreak, rejection, illness, and even the fear of death, yet somehow transformed all of it into art, faith, and inspiration for those who have followed his journey. Mercedes' truth-telling reminds fans that behind the actor they idolized was a father, a fighter, and a deeply human soul who carried pain but also incredible strength. And her courage to finally speak out has not only brought clarity to the story of Val Kilmer, but also offered the world a lesson about resilience, authenticity, and the importance of seeing the person behind the legend. In the end, Mercedes' revelation ensures that her father's story is remembered not just as that of a Hollywood star, but as a testament to the human spirit's ability to endure, adapt, and shine, even in the darkest of times, leaving fans with a heartbreaking yet deeply inspiring truth about the hidden life of Val Kilmer. Thanks for watching.